Andre Beckenhill got a free ad.
A family's trip to the swimming pool takes an ugly turn when police say someone started yelling racial slurs. The suspect left the pool in handcuffs and with a black eye. Our Steve Shaw is live at police headquarters with details about the outcome. Steve?
Kelly, we're going to protect the identity of the victim. He's a father and was a target of just terrible rage. But the ending, I think a lot of folks will agree, was karma. On Saturday, July 20th, at the posh Anatole at MacArthur Pool, the victim, an Army veteran we'll call Craig, was sitting and watching his son swim. According to police, Craig quickly became the target of vicious verbal attacks hurled by 28-year-old Joshua Valentine. We can't repeat the things Valentine said, but the apartment complex resident who invited Valentine there, and now who never wants to see Valentine again, tells me he was yelling white power. Valentine's now former friend told police Craig tried hard to brush it off. Then Valentine pushed through and swung a closed fist at Craig, who defended himself by blocking, then closed fist punching Valentine, knocking Valentine out. Valentine, though, hadn't been humiliated enough. When he woke up, he took off, but returned a few minutes later, swinging a T-ball bat. Witnesses reported Valentine swung at Craig, who partially deflected it with a chair. Before Valentine could attempt a second attempt with the bat, Craig moved in, then punched Valentine several times in the face, knocking Valentine out yet again. When he woke up again, police arrested Valentine for malicious harassment based on race. He spent 6 days in the county jail.
Okay.
I talked to Craig this afternoon on the telephone. He doesn't want any of this attention. Says it's been very hard on his children. Live downtown, Steve Shaw, Oklahoma Zone, News 9.
All right, Steve.
So I got that out of the way.
A good night's sleep. It's essential for a happy...
But now I need to get a mirror to show you what I'm gonna be doing this video. If it'll take up the whole space, looks like it might take up the whole space, but you should still be able to see me. So give me a second. This is really bad. So this young lady here, hope you guys can see her. Okay. So this young lady here, I'm not sure if this is her name, but this young lady, an Alabama woman, had been missing for a month, or more than a month, was found at the bottom of a well on June the 15th. 20-year-old Marka Waylo Watkins was reported missing from the Jefferson City by her grandmother. I don't know what that is, but it says KCCI in, looks like Birmingham. Real-time CBS News 42 reported. So we're going to get down here. 2 men, Kendall Tyler Battles, 29, and Joseph Brandon Nevels, 20, has been charged in the murder and the abuse of a corpse. So they apparently got her and threw her in the well. These are those 2 gentlemen. A salt and pepper crime. And yes, when I refer to a black and white team up, I refer to it as a salt and pepper crime. White guy being salt, black guy being pepper. Just in case y'all want to think that that was racist, salt and pepper crime. So apparently these 2 men here decided to go and have some fun with this broad and throw her ass in a well. This is a picture of the young lady. Y'all have to be careful out here, man, with all the people that y'all are dealing with, ladies. If y'all, if you're just going based on looks, and you think these 2 dudes are handsome or cute or whatever, looks are like books. If you judge a book by its cover, you're bound to get screwed. So, I don't understand. I got like 2 or 3 more of these reports that wanted to branch out and read, but that there is like awful, and for some reason, I talked to one of my classmates yesterday, and I said the same thing to her that I'm going to say to y'all now, especially you young women. Women tend to pick these handsome guys, they really look good or whatever to them, or everybody has their own thing of handsome. I'm ugly and I know it, and I'm okay with it, but, I'm not so ugly that I'm not dateable, but, I'm ugly and I know it. And generally the girls that I want to go after would never give me a second look, or they're married, or they're lesbians. So, and there's nothing wrong with being lesbians. I love lesbians. I'm secretly a lesbian myself. But, it's pretty bad when women be choosing these people who just treat them like shit. And sadly, it's more black women to Asian women to white women in the ratio of, I want a person that's going to call me a bitch, a whore, and a slut every day for the rest of my life, and I'm going to give them a baby, rather than be with someone who goes every morning, I love you. I live to see you next to me no matter what the situation is. I won't go to my friend's house if they don't let you come. That kind of thing. And if they're your friends, they'll let you bring your woman in. Even if they don't like her, but they support you, they will let you bring your woman, and they will tolerate her for that little bit of time, and then go on. Because if your friends can't be with you because they don't like your woman, then maybe they aren't your friends. And sometimes you just gotta stick it through. Yeah, you gotta stick it through. And that being said, I'm gonna do a couple of more of these top buzz stories, and then I'm going to
Healthy.
get my shit together. So I did the racist one, and I did that one. There was one that I seen last night that I wanted to do, but I didn't do. But this one kind of threw me back. And I'm not exactly a rich person, but this is disgusting. Alright, so a landlord offers sex for rent to poor, sometimes homeless women. Sadly, this is a black man, if this picture is accurate. And that kind of hurt my feelings. Okay, the picture has been removed. Well, that's just great. Well, anyway, this guy is offering these places. And, he's taking sex from women for rent. I cannot find this bastard's picture. But, they busted him for it somewhere in Bakersville, California. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, dude, with all the manipulative people in the world, why does this keep happening? I'm busting my ass to get in the entertainment business. I'm busting my ass to get noticed. And I keep coming across these things. And it makes me upset. And then, here's another one. It's kind of disturbing. Female PA. Cop caught semi-nude in car with the boy, 17. So, Stephanie Dunn, 44, is school resource officer in Downingtown Police Department, and a mother of 4 young children, faces corruption of minor charges. If I can get this damn thing to work, which I can't, but there she is. It's things like this, when you lose your faith and hope in the public trust, and with preachers and stuff like that, we're in a world of trouble. We are straight up in a world of trouble. And then, former Dallas police officer.
There is a trial date set for the Botham Jean murder case. Good evening, I'm Stevie.
Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes. Fired Dallas police officer Amber Geiger is scheduled to stand trial August 12th, less than a year after she killed Botham Jean inside his apartment. For the first time now, we know we have the details of the detailed records of Geiger's work hours and overtime in the days before the shooting. We also know prosecutors are scrutinizing her activities after the shooting, including whether she took vacation cruises. Some of those records were posted after Geiger made another court appearance this morning. Fox 4's Lori Brown joining us now live from the Frank Crowley Courthouse with more. Lori.
Heather, court records just posted today show that the week of the shooting, Amber Geiger had worked 11 hours of overtime, with 6 of those hours occurring the day of the shooting. Faced with a murder charge, Amber Geiger had no pause in her step and looked determined as she walked into court this morning for a mandatory appearance hearing.
More than a dozen members of Botham Jean's church wanted their presence to be known.
I was in St. Lucia just 2 weeks ago. We went out to visit the grave, and the family just collapsed with grief. So they're still struggling.
Since Jean's family can't attend every hearing, his church family is committed to attending in their place.
There's a false narrative in America that black males are bad people. And a lot of the things, the police killings that have been happening, many people are saying, well, they probably deserved what happened to them. Well, now we have a case where this young man was at church every Sunday. He was a worship leader.
Prosecutors have requested several records on Amber Guyger, none more unusual than today's request for Guyger's travel records from Royal Caribbean. The records would show any cruises taken by Guyger starting 2 weeks after the shooting, between the dates of September 23rd, 2018 and March 4th of this year. Also requested by the state, Guyger's time card records, now posted in the court record. They show she worked 19 hours of overtime for the Dallas Police Department in the month before the shooting, and the week of the Thursday night shooting, she'd worked 11 hours in overtime. More than half of that was logged the day of the shooting at an address in southern Dallas.
I mean, there's a reason why they regulate the number of hours an officer can work, because it affects their effectiveness when they're out on the streets.
Attorney Heath Harris, who is not associated with the case, says a heavy workload will aid in her defense that it was all a mistake. Guyger told investigators on the scene she went to the wrong unit, thinking it was hers, and shot Botham Jean, believing he was an intruder in her apartment.
The state's going to have the burden to prove that it wasn't a mistake.
So that's been a thing.
Amber Guyger's trial date for August 12th, a date that is...
And you know, those things happen. And like I said, when you start losing faith in the public trust. Now, I'm not really afraid to get killed by a cop, because I'm not going to go out here, I don't do drugs, I'm not going to do anything stupid. But you know, it's kind of a worry of what they're going to say about me when I die. You know, all the people who know me are going to come up and stand up, especially if they're like, oh, well, he had drugs. James has never done drugs. James has never drunk alcohol unless he's drunk it at the Biltmore and has walked the hell home. He damn sure doesn't carry it with him. He doesn't allow cigarettes in his car, let alone fucking drugs. And you know, that's kind of my only worry about that. But you know, you read these things, and you know, this one's a good point. It says black women can no longer afford to save broken black men. Okay, so I got to add this to that. This will be the final one of this video. Here's the picture. I'm pretty sure that's not the woman that said it, but if it is, yippee-ki-yay. Alright, so I'm struggling with the title of this article. I consider the popularity of words and intents to use and thoughts that maybe just one, the situation calls for a disclaimer. But the more I allow my piece to manifest, I felt the title no needed to be disclaimer. It needed to be raw as reality, not for the sake of luring readers or consequences of the camouflage as controversy, but because I'm no longer in the business of coddling people from their truth, especially black men. The truth is, black women have lived in the, whatever the hell this word is, state of fear and fantasy of black men for a very long time. Black women have long carried the unyielding, sometimes unbelievable loyalty to black men, even when their loyalty costs their own lives. Alright, I'm going to stop right there. A lot of us black men are broken because of a lot of you black women don't want real men. Y'all want those men that are thugs and thieves and deal with drugs and all the other shit. Y'all don't want men like me who are real, who are looking for shit and not looking for shit in the manner of, I don't want to do nothing with my life. I want to marry a black woman who will own me and treat me like dog shit, and everything she says goes. Relationships are a two-way street regardless of your ethnicity. Alright? As a person of mixed emotions as well as mixed ethnicity, I stopped dating black women because it only took 2 of them to make me stop dating. Here's the reason. The first one, she was cheating on me, but she asked me to give her space because I was on her like a little sick puppy. And then in a week that I gave her space, she brought up a new boyfriend, and she had the balls to bring that bastard to my porch. And granted, we were 12 years old. So you do a lot of dumb stuff when you're younger. But you're old enough to know right from wrong when you're 12 years old. And if you're in a relationship, regardless of how much puppy love is involved, you don't fuck the person who's in love with you. If you don't love them, you tell them that shit. You don't want to be with them, you tell them that shit. You don't bring your new boyfriend to their fucking porch and say, hey Jimmy, this is my cousin. And then when your father leaves, hey Jimmy, this is not my cousin, this is actually my new boyfriend. That week I asked for you to leave me be, I met him and we've been doing things. And then he got on the Jimmy Express right off the goddamn porch. The other girl, when I was 14, she almost got me killed by a 23-year-old. I've never dated another black woman since that shit, and I never will. And if you're watching this video and you're black and I have offended you, well, that's too goddamn bad. You take it up with the 2 girls that ruined me for you. And then to top that off, if you really want me to be honest, you know, the black women that I was interested in didn't want me. And the black women that are interested in me already got too many damn children for me to deal with. I don't have kids. And all my siblings' kids have been in my way and stopping me from living my life. And I'll be damned if I'm going to keep jumping into already made families and shit because people don't want to fucking find someone to love and love forever. But you want to have babies with people and then think that the next motherfucker that's a good person going to come along and take care of that person's damn job. Which is not fair to that person. He didn't help you get pregnant. He shouldn't have to help take care of your children. And this doesn't just go to black women. This goes to all women. If you were too fast, if you decided, hey, I'm going to have a baby without a plan, that's on you. Don't blame the good man that you meet for your thoughts and your actions. That's on you. So I probably just pissed off about 95% of black American girls. And for that, I'm sorry. But if you can't look yourself in the mirror and say, how did this happen? Then that's your fault. I don't have a problem dating a girl with 1 child. 1. Because then if she has a child by somebody else, and there's no daddy drama, and me and her have a child, we can live happily ever after. But if she's got 4 or 5 damn kids, and I come in, I don't want no kids. I don't want to be fucking stuck with that to begin with. And that's some of the things that I'll make another video about that, but it will have nothing to do with race. But that's some of the things you just discuss before you even have a relationship. And that's generally one of my first 2 questions before I even begin a relationship with someone. I'm James Williams Jr. Just come for habit number 2. Be seeing you.